So we are at the time of this podcast where, I like to talk business with people, and as I was telling you earlier, I feel like I have a passion for business. The crazy thing is, I didn't start my life thinking I wanted to be a business owner.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a DJ.
Yeah.
That's what all I wanted to do was spend my time behind turntables and rock parties everywhere. And here I am. And someone actually told me one time, Isaac, I think that's what makes you so good at what you do. It's because you are not a businessman who said, hey, look, there's DJing.
Right.
You were a DJ that said, hey, I could build something with this.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I got a passion for business. I love challenges.
Awesome. Yeah.
Speaking of business, I think you mentioned you might be opening or wanting to do another dress shop or something.
Ooh.
I've
heard a lot of different things that have
I don't know if we talked about that or if I heard that through the grapevine somewhere. It might have been through Elisa. I don't know.
I don't have any plans right now.
Got it.
But there's been a couple little things that I'd be interested in doing. One, I think I kind of mentioned to you, I would love to maybe do a bridal show.
Yes.
I think that
and I like your idea, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. I think it would be fun. I mean, obviously we've got some good shows already. We've got Premier Bride Show has obviously been around forever and they do fantastic with it. But I think this would be a little bit more like my boutique, a little bit more geared towards modern bride, maybe pushing a little bit more high-end services, and more boutique-like.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand where you're coming from.
So that's kind of one idea.
I love that idea. I think that if you kind of put it out there, this show is going to be geared towards maybe those who are planning to spend $25,000 plus.
Right.
This might be the perfect spot for you.
Yeah.
Not to say that we don't want anyone not to come.
Right.
Because I got to tell you, I am shocked how many people come and meet with us. They see our price tag. They might be a little sticker shocked. But because they spent the time with us and they realize what we're about, now they sit back and relax like, we got to have them.
Exactly.
I didn't value entertainment the way my perspective is now different of what these guys do. Yeah.
And I think for those who really want to get out of these vendors what they're wanting and they're going to pay this certain amount, they want all of their vendors to be those top-notch people.
Right.
You don't want to have a killer DJ and florist and videographer and photographer and then have a dress where you're like, I don't really love it that much, or maybe I could have done better on my cake or whatnot, and I think for those who are, like you said, put value in
well, sometimes, and the way I say sometimes is because I'm reminded of this one client in particular. Their budget, I kid you not, was $4,000. Okay. And we met them at a wedding show, and I told them, I said, listen, guys, I know your budget's $4,000. But ultimately, don't you want your guests to have a lot of fun? And they're like, well, yeah. Where does fun come from? Comes from the entertainment.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I know that you're not expecting to have this big dance party, which is really cool. But who's going to be there to announce when you guys have your first dance? Are you going to dance with your father? Who's going to announce that? When's it going to happen? When that happens, don't you want everyone to pay attention?
Yeah.
I was like, so announcing it is just one part of the equation. How you set it up is another part.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get everyone to pay attention. You can't just put the father-daughter dance or the mother-son dance anywhere.
Yeah.
People are not. And when I started telling her that,
true.
she was like, I never thought about that. And I said, hey, listen, come in, meet with us, see what we do, and I understand where your budget is. And guess what? They ended up booking us.
Yeah.
It was crazy because even though she didn't feel like she was a high-end bride, she was a high-end bride to us.
Right.
It didn't change the way that we work. It didn't change anything. If anything, it was good that we were there because I think we were definitely the most seasoned wedding pro at this particular wedding, which helped her tremendously because we were able to give advice like, hey, maybe consider this instead of that. You know, let's do that.
Well, and I think you're exactly right with the way you said it. She's not, and by high end, I don't mean you have to be rich to come to this show. Exactly how you described it is exactly what I would envision. It's just more of a maybe polished group of vendors.
Yeah, most definitely.
Who, you know, each booth you go to, like, they are the best. Yeah. Those are the ones you want to book and meet with and be around and have them be a part of your wedding day. So, I think that would be fun, and I would like to kind of explore that and see.
Well, we need to talk about that. Yeah, we definitely need to talk about that because that really does excite me. I feel like we do kind of need. We do need that. Yeah. We need that a lot.
I think so too.
So one of the ideas that I was actually coming up with lately is this. You know, for the past, I don't know, 7-8 years, I've been attending wedding shows. Mm-hmm. Well, what people don't know is I keep stats on everything. Everything. I could tell you how many people we met that year, how many people we booked, how many people we lost, why we lost, who we lost to. Mm-hmm. Like I keep track of all my stats. And it's unbelievable how many people we meet. They don't have a wedding date. They don't have a venue. Mm-hmm. You know. And what I come to realize is they really don't know how to get started. Yeah. So one of the ideas I had is I wanted to create a class of, let me help you get started. And people might be looking at it like, hey, Isaac, you're kind of just a DJ. And it's weird. I don't even know if I should call myself a DJ anymore. Yeah. You know, I mean, I own these other wedding companies. Much more than just a DJ. Yeah. And it's like, because I've been involved over thousands of weddings, mm-hmm. you know, I've got to learn through other people's experience, mm-hmm. which has helped me get to the point where it's like, I don't think people truly understand how much I truly know. Mm-hmm. So I want to kind of create this class where it's like, hey, guys, specifically for those who couldn't choose us. Yeah. They're in no position to book any of the services that I own. They couldn't book any service. Yeah. I just want to help them select dates. I want them I want to put it in their head, like, how to go about creating a budget. Yeah. You know, and then more importantly, I want to share with them, because a lot of people don't think they can afford a good wedding. Right, yeah. And it's furthest from the truth. Mm-hmm. What they need is a seasoned wedding pro to help guide them. Mm-hmm. And I want to give a good example. You know how many venues do not advertise because maybe there's a committee that owns the venue, or, you know, these venue owners are old school. They mm-hmm. don't really advertise. Mm-hmm. And because of that, their business that they bring in, you know, is subpar. They're not booked all the time. Yeah. So in a roundabout way, they're struggling, but they're doing it to themselves. Yeah. So when they get a possible client, the value is normally so much greater for what you get, mm-hmm. because they're not doing the work the right way, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You know, to go and you know they don't have that advertising expense. Yeah. And I know where to go where this is happening, and they have great customer service. Mm-hmm. And that's the other part of the equation. Mm-hmm. So you just don't want to go to one of those venues. You want to, okay, cool, here's a great value, but what's the customer experience going to be like? Yeah, yeah. You know, and I think that's where I really shine. Mm-hmm. I know all these venues, and you'll never see them at a wedding show. Yeah. And
you're very right. There's a lot of places around here that don't ever get mentioned. You know, it's always, I hear the same ones over and over, and they're great and they're beautiful venues, but there's a ton to be offered.
There's a ton. And it's because I know that, you know, these venues are loving me because I'm bringing them business. Mm-hmm. These couples are loving me because I saved them a ton of money. Yeah. You know, and people are like, well, Isaac, what's the benefit to you? Well, realistically, nothing at first. It's just my hope that they see the value and like, dude, Isaac's actually a cool dude. Yeah. I want to do business with him. Yeah. You know, so anyways, man, I could talk weddings all freaking day, Kacy.
So could I. It's just a fun industry to be a part of, and it's always changing, and it's fun.
It's blessed. And it's crazy. Yeah. You got to change with it. Yeah. And that's something that you did phenomenally.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, especially my part of the wedding industry, especially, it changes. I mean, there's new collections twice a year. So, I mean, you've got to continually be up with the times, and you've got to be able to switch out your boutique if you need to, and switch out your inventory, and continually provide these brides what they're looking for and what they want to see. So that's definitely change, and being willing to change is huge, I think.
I agree.
You can't just
I think
kind of stay where you're at and hoping that it's going to take you,
right.
higher.
I feel like I'm kind of am where I'm at today because those who were owning the big DJ companies before me got complacent.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's
not
anything wrong with any of the other places, but
if you want to survive long term, there's no doubt in my mind that you got to be willing to, continue to grow. You can't stop your education. Yeah. You can't rely on the past. Yeah. You got to move forward. I mean, there's so many things that I do within my businesses that I necessarily don't agree with, nor do I want to do. Mm-hmm. But I do it because I understand that the companies I own are truly their own entity.
Yeah.
And really, I work for my own companies. Mm-hmm. So every decision has to be like, damn it, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that happens more often than I like it to.
Yeah.
But, if I do what everyone else did, it's only a matter of time before. Bye, Isaac.
Well, and I think you do a really great job as far as the education goes, too. I mean, you're always out doing stuff and learning the next new thing, and I think that is super important. Right. I mean, education especially. I mean, I have been doing this for almost 10 years and I am still learning. I learn new stuff all the time about my industry, and I like learning about it. Obviously, I like what I do, so it's fun for me, and it makes me feel more excited, for the future of bridal, and I think that maybe my girls and brides who I work with can feel that from me. And I think you do a great job of.
I appreciate
you
that.
Always are.
Yeah, I'm a little
out and doing your thing.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Visa card. Yeah. Do you have people that you look up to in your industry? Are they like that you? Would you say you have a mentor? Like, oh, there's this one individual in Kansas City. They own this shop, and man,
I have met a lot of great business owners. In fact, I was just in Denver for a one of my designers had a showing, a preview of their collection for the new year, and it was nice because we got to meet. I get to meet all these different bridal boutique owners from all over the place, and I get to have these really great conversations with these ladies. One was in Florida, one was in Carmel, one was in, where was she? Oklahoma. And I wouldn't say there's one specific person that maybe I feel is a mentor, but there's a good group of ladies in the bridal world that are just as passionate about what they do, and they love sharing, like, hey, I just tried this and it was awesome, or we did this for our sale and it was fantastic, you should try it. And it's nice that the people that I've been meeting are willing to work with other bridal boutiques, because not everyone is like that. It's a competitive world, and it's a competitive
people
business
don't
to
want
be
to
in.
share.
They don't want to share, and they want it for themselves. And what was nice about this show is there was 2 speakers, actually. One of them was at the store we were at. She owned it, and it was this big, gorgeous shop in Denver, and she's been extremely she's been
successful,
very successful, but I lost my word of what I was going to say about her. But she's very successful. She's learned a ton, and she was willing to sit down with us individually and just tell us basically everything that I would ever want to know. So that was really nice. But yeah, there's definitely people I could call if I ever needed any advice, or people who I kind of watch on Instagram. I might watch them and see what they're doing, and so it's been nice. I've met a lot of really great people. So, and
it's really cool. You two are traveling. See, I don't think people understand that my success didn't just come that like, hey, I just learned this. I came out of pocket to go to my first show. I'm sure you came out of pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the show.
Definitely.
You got the room. You got food. You got flights. I mean,
all of it.
You got all of that. And then now that a lot of times when I travel, I actually take some of my team.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So now you times that.
Yeah.
So I definitely have quite an investment.
Yeah.
But it pays huge dividends. Like you said, if you get stuck, you have people in bigger cities that you can call and say, hey, listen, I ran into this issue. And I guarantee if someone else locally probably reach out to them, they might get that person's time of day, but they don't know them,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, Kacy's on the phone, cool. Like, what's going on? Let me help you out.
Yeah.
And that's truly how I got to grow and expand. And I believe, I didn't think about it until you brought that up right now. I'm sure you're at where you're at, and you're going to go where you're going because you're traveling and you're meeting these people. It's like, hey, let me implement that. I'm going to stay away from that.
Right. Right. And you can take from it what you want and apply it. A lot of the stuff that the two gals were talking about applies to a much bigger store than what I have. But there were a lot of things that they did, and I was kind of like, wow, I never thought about doing that, and how could I make that work for my store? And so it was really good. I'm really glad I went. I got to see a new collection, and that's always fun. But more than that, the behind the scenes stuff is really the stuff, nobody else sees, but it's beneficial for me and my business. So, sorry.
Oh. I just want to make this clear. That's not my phone going. Yeah, it's hers. No problem. Sorry. Well, oh my gosh, I think we probably hung out for about an hour now or something like that. Oh man, definitely. I enjoyed every moment of this. Me too. Learning about your business, and I'm excited. I can't wait to reconnect with you in another year and do this again.
I know.
Me and you were talking about earlier how ugly my wall was, and in a year from now, this better look more polished. But anyways, thank you again for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having
me. Awesome. So if anyone sees this, because this right here, the second part, I'm probably gonna put somewhere different.
Yeah.
And someone wanted to ask you for your advice in regards to their boutique. Mm-hmm. Are you willing to share with them?
Absolutely.
How could they get a hold of you?
You can call me directly. My number is 559-712-0669. Call me. You can email me, Kacy at ivorybridalboutique.com. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram is Ivory_Bridal Boutique, and Facebook is Ivory Bridal Clovis.
And make sure you guys follow her. I mean, her IG page is phenomenal. She got some great content on there. In addition to that, guys, I'm Isaac Atkinson. You can get me on IG, Isaac_Atkinson_, or you can look up our company. It's going to be a GTE Event Group on Instagram, or if you guys want more information on my video service, it's going to be Captured with a K, KAPPTURED Photography. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this podcast. And until the next episode, take it easy.